Hello, everybody. It's Charlie again, and I'm currently playing Surgeon Simulator. And yeah, this is a game that I used to play quite a bit on the PS4, and I decided to do a review on it for the PS5 in 2024. But it's not a PS5 version, it's just some enhancements to the original version. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm back for another replay review. This time, a lesser known game that maybe some of you may remember when it came out. I know I do, because I had a lot of drunken nights playing this with my friends. The reality is this game is nothing special, but because of the weird and wonky type of control scheme that they have, and it does have pretty good physics, so I'm not gonna lie, the graphics aren't that bad either. But the gameplay, the learning curve is very difficult, which makes the game funny. Obviously, there's different scenarios in this game that you get into, like you could be on an ambulance, like some people would say, an ambulance, or you could be like being pushed down a hallway of a hospital, or you could just be on a regular operating table. But it makes you feel like a doctor, a crazy doctor that is. It is 2 players, one arm you control, the other arm your friend, so you already know the kind of mayhem that would occur in something like this, okay? Yes, the game is very gory and bloody for obvious reasons. You're performing operations, right? And for an indie game, it really isn't that bad, okay, guys? But I won't lie to you guys. Don't expect too much from it, okay? That's probably why it came out at a very cheap price. It should be even cheaper now. I believe I've seen it as low as $5 at some point, depending on the sale. But is it fun? Yeah. Is it funny? It'll give you a kick? Yeah. Even more so if you're drinking a little bit. Obviously, I don't endorse drinking, but if you're in the comfort of your own home, I mean, you're not going to play this while you're driving. Come on. But I'm just saying that it just amplifies the fun, right? And obviously I hadn't played it for a while, and for the review I decided to go back into it, do a couple of things. I'm actually not that good at the game, guys. You'll notice at some point I'll put some clips in and I'll have some D's. No, I'm kidding, I'm not gonna say it. But anyways, you know what I mean. So the game inspires a lot of comedy. You play with your friends, like I said. You could also know that each thing does something different. Like there's an electric saw, a hammer, like I'm using in that clip. Maybe a needle that if it pokes you, you get all crazy and like messed up, because it's like basically to sedate the patients and stuff. And it's just a funny game overall. Obviously, I'm not really sure. I don't remember what it plays like on the PS4. That's where I originally played. There should be some videos on my channel about this game. I'm currently doing clips on the PS5, and I could tell that the motion blur is gone. It used to look kind of blurry, and it looks really good. I think it's basically a 4K 60 if I'm not mistaken, or either upscaled to it. So it looks really good overall. The organs look like real organs. The ribs, they break off. Like you have to actually, kind of like you do in an operating table, because I think ribs grow back. Correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously I'm not a doctor. But right there, I poked myself with the needle. If you do it with the green needle, that's what happens. The white needle does something else. I believe the white needle is fine for you, and then it'll speed up the blood flow. One slows it down. You guys know, so he doesn't bleed out. You could touch a lot of the stuff in the main screen, which is what I wanted to show a little bit of. I'll show a little bit more later. But you can actually put in disc and stuff and answer the phone, pick your operation right there, which is really cool. There's pills on the table. It's a ridiculous game, guys, okay? And I think that's a really good reason to play, right? Because sometimes you don't want to play, you want to shut your brain off, you don't want to play something that requires too much thinking, since most games do nowadays. You want to kind of like just have a good time. This is a good option. You may get frustrated if you take it seriously, though, because like I said, the control scheme is insanity, okay? It's made for entertainment purposes, obviously. There is some kind of camera you can use with this. I believe it's a PlayStation 4 camera. There is sensors on the control that operate as you move the controller up and down. The hand moves up and down like that, and you could control not all the fingers but 2 and 3 at a time, I guess, depending on the top buttons. But it's way more fun to play with a friend because it's chaos when the arms cross and all that craziness. But I'm pretty much halfway through the review. This is not going to be a long review. It's just a game that I wanted to put out there that I think has been forgotten, and I'm going to give this game a 5.5 out of 10. Yes, it seems like a bad score, but for an indie, it seems mid. But like I said, there's additional caveats. If you play this while you're drinking or you play with a friend, it immediately might go up to a 7. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is comedy. I think what carries it mostly is the comedy of it. The physics are good and the graphics are good. Like you can see, I'm tinging this guy's teeth. It's pure insanity. And I'm trying to do it while the stuff is coming back and forth and I'm trying to grab from it. Now it depends, like I said, on the person. You may find even more entertainment than I did from it, naturally. Or maybe you may rate it a lot lower. I may be too generous about it. But I think my generosity comes from just the good moments I had with my friends. Like I said, keyword friends. I'm not sure what other modes and stuff. I mean, there is a good amount of operations, okay? There's brain surgery, kidney surgery, heart surgery, obviously the teeth transplants. You could do eyeball transplants, which is insane. I'm not sure if that's a thing in real life. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's not. Maybe in the future, you never know. But stuff like that, and it's just funny when you're trying to cut it out and put it back in. So yeah, guys, I think 5.5 out of 10. Other things I wanted to talk about was, you guys need to support indie games. Why? Because some of these guys have really good ideas, and we want the AAA people to actually get those ideas and not abuse them, but get the ideas of just putting everything in the game, like content-wise, without trying to constantly, you know what I'm saying, get additional funding. Because let's be honest, you don't have to do that to make money, guys. But right here, I'm just drawing on a piece of paper, just showing you some of the physics. Like, you can even draw on a freaking notepad, okay? Obviously, it takes a lot of coordination for this. This is something that I learned how to do through playing the game. At first, it was a bit frustrating, to say the least. You care a lot less, like I said, when you're drinking, but it can be frustrating. I'm not really sure when this game came out. It might have been it's a while ago, 2017, 2016, who knows. But the moment I heard about it, I think it came out on PC first, and when I heard about it on PS4, I said, you gotta play it immediately. I told my friend, he was laughing his ass off within the first 5 minutes. So yeah, think about that for a second. There, your basic options are in here, obviously, like options and stuff, but there's additional stuff you can do. Like here, if you want to look up instructions to each thing that it's on disk. This is a hassle though. Putting the disk into the computer, so it kind of explains what each thing does. A lot of people don't know this is actually one of the features, but me, out of my own curiosity, I like to find out what everything is in the game. And I started putting the hard disk in there, and I was like, oh, they tell you what the things do. And some of it, come on guys, a lot of it is common sense. You know, even if you're not a doctor, you should probably figure it out on your own, I'm pretty sure. It shouldn't be that much of a thing. But yeah, as you can see for yourself, it is what it is. Very straight to the point, indie. Best played with friends. Those are the positives. The negatives are a control scheme that may be a bit frustrating. But there isn't much more to say other than, guys, if you get a chance, you see this cheap, you might want to pick it up. As low as, this is probably the lowest score I give it in a game, but like I said, the caveat is the fun factor and the comedy included in the fun factor. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe when you get a chance, and like I always say, go game.